So, you want to be a bard. First of all, awesome choice. The bard, I think, is one of the stronger classes. The bard excels at defense and has a late game attack that is quite strong, but it's mainly defense, and they're very good in specific situations. And you'll figure that out as you play the bard. Starting off, the bard has the ability to wear medium armor without any negative effects, which is unlike many of the classes out there. So, you spawn in with the bard, and you get your icon, and you may say, oh, well, what can I do? Well, first, you need to get a loot. The loot's going to be somewhere in your engrams, and I can't be bothered, so I'm just going to spawn it in. And it should be pretty cheap to make. I believe you can make it in your inventory. Maybe in the future there will be more, but for now, for the only instrument that we have is the loot. So, once you have your loot, and you're holding it in your hand, if you press the F1 key, it'll bring up your wheel to select your different songs. These songs are level upped, so you'll have to do a little bit of leveling before you can sort of unlock the ability to do stuff. So, one strange thing about the bard is your stats really don't affect your ability when it comes to playing songs. It's purely based off skill. So it's something that you will have to practice. So you can just put your stats into, well, whatever you want. Gonna give myself infinite stats so I don't die or anything. And so let's pull up our menu again and choose an easy song because I'm not very good at playing a bard. Let's say I want to be courageous. I would suggest going ahead and getting your hand ready on your F keys, specifically F5 through F8. When you select your song, this will pop up, and it's kind of like Guitar Hero. The key that lights up is the key that you want to press, and if you don't press it in time... So notes played is how close the song is to completion, and song power is how good you played the song. So, notes played 10 out of 10, that means obviously the song was done. Song power is not all the way up. That means I did okay, but not as good as I could do. Now, song power does actually influence the power of the buff, although the buff name does not reflect exactly how strong it was. It does actually change the stats. So say you're benefiting from Bard songs, Bard's Courage. Say that increases like damage output. So say it doubles your damage output if you get full quality. Obviously, if you miss half the notes in the song, it will like only be half as effective. Obviously, it doesn't do that. I'm just giving you an example. So, most of the Mage's songs are just a one and use, one and done, and well, you'll have to experiment to kind of see what they do. However, there are a few things that spawn an effect around you that you may or may not want to get rid of, according to the rules, like having a lullaby of flames in a public area is probably not too good of an idea. And for something like that, I will show that off with the Chanticle of Snakes. That's the other one that you can dispel. So some things you can dispel, and I will show that off quickly. and a little bit of me playing as well. So it's kind of like Guitar Hero, recreated in art. Oh crap. Fuck. I'm so good at this, as you can tell. This is not even a hard song, though. Crap. Alrighty. So, there we go. I got a bunch of snakes. Oh boy. I'm stuck in them. So, Tentacle of Snakes spawns a bunch of temporary snakes, blah blah blah, that disappear. Say you're going to a public place, or they're getting too far away, or you don't want them around, or someone's complaining, or the attack stops, and you want to get rid of them. Hold H, which is your extended HUD info, and this is something that you should do if you think something should have an ability, or you're not sure. Sometimes buffs will have info on what keys you need to press for certain things to happen, and this is one of the cases. The button is different depending on the buff, for obvious reasons. So, the Ring of Fire buff, the Lullaby of Flames, I believe the key to disable that is F2. However, the one for the Tentacle of Snakes, as said on the extended HUD info, is F4. So if I go ahead and press F4, it'll say, "Are you sure you want to dispel your snakes?" Press F4 to confirm. Press it again. There they go. So, that's the dispelling, and that only so far is on 2 of the spells. Also, another note is any negative effects that you may cast, any effects on here, that could negatively affect you, like the Song of Sleeping, or again, the Lullaby of Flames, won't hurt you, the Songcaster, or your friend. Well, some spells won't hurt your friendlies. Again, you'll have to experiment with that a little bit and have some fun, because learning is fun. But again, the Bard is very, very useful for defense, and probably one of my favorite classes, even though I'm probably not going to play it. So I hope to see some awesome music-wielding badasses out there, and hope you all have fun. I can't wait to see you all on Aramoore Life. See ya.